Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome to our first quarter moon reading. Today, as you can see, we have 5 different readings before us. 5 different fairies. Which one is speaking to you? We are working with the setting intention energy. This is the 3rd phase of the moon phase of the cycle of the moon. We are in the moon of Aquarius, if you are not aware or familiar. And for those of you who've been walking with us for a while, welcome back, and welcome to all the new people. We love you. You are welcome here. Oh, hey, I just realized you can kind of see a little bit of me over here. You can see part of my shirt. So look at that red, that passion. It was interesting. I was really drawn to wear that. I'm wearing green pants and a red shirt. I was like, I feel like Christmas. But that's the fairy energy, right? Because they're the 2 colors of love and passion. And I feel like the fairies are trying to help us to bring the love and the passion back to our hearts. It's no accident that Valentine's Day, the day of love, is in the Aquarius energy. The Aquarians are the rarest of the signs of the zodiac, and happy birthday to our Aquarians in this tribe. So today we are going to be having 5 different readings. Maybe you're drawn to one, maybe you're drawn to all of them. It's really between you and yourself. What I love is when Spirit will bring me readings from my favorite readers from like a year ago, 3 years ago, and they're always applicable. And I could tell I'd seen it before, but some of them I'm like, I think I remember this, or, but, you may go back to a different card, to a different reading, because this is really a pick a card, right? Because you're picking whichever energy is, is in there. And I guess we'll do the old fashioned way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left to right, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Let me bring that down a little. I feel like they want me to bring, you want me to bring the light down. Okay, so they had me have it really bright so that you could choose. So if you want to pause right now and then, or take a screenshot, like my phone doesn't let me pause and like zoom in, but like sometimes I want to take a screenshot of it and then I zoom in and there's something, the way the light's hitting it, or maybe just the way, even though it looks like it's the same fairy on every card, right? But there's something about that fairy or something about that card, right? It's speaking to you, it's talking to you. It's literally illuminating and coming to life, and the fairies crawling out of the card and saying, choose me, right? Like, we have a lot of witches and healers and deep down believers in magic on this channel. That was my handle forever. I think I need to put that somewhere back on this channel because it's so true. This is a place for the witches and the healers and the deep down believers in magic because we are one and the same. They're just titles or words. And those of you who are new here, I personally believe, you believe whatever you want to believe. I support you either way. But I personally believe that witches come from the angel realm and we are healers. We are connected to the earth, so are the fairies. We are the ones that make sure that earth stays good. Like we make sure that, like, yes, humans have free will, but at the same time, right? It's like, so does Gaia. Every energy on this planet has free will. So, if a tsunami happens or a volcano erupts or something happens, that's the earth energy saying, fuck off. Don't tread on me. I give you all of this abundance. You take the things that I give you, you turn them into toxic chemicals because you've created, this science, this formula that tells you that you can, and then you feed this toxic sludge back to my planet and you want me to fix it. And Gaia's like, sure, I'll fix it. I'll always fix it. I'm more powerful than you. We're little ants. I'm like, I don't know when humans will finally get it. It's like, it's so ridiculous to think you can possess anything. Even now, like on this land that we're renting, it's like, it's a rent to own. But I'll tell you right now, it's like, every time I speak to the land, it's not like I'm like, you are mine, whatever. I always say, thank you for allowing me to be the custodian of this property, this beautiful property. Thank you for allowing me to live on this beautiful property that has this view that's like, thank you for allowing me to live somewhere that if I went on vacation, I would never want to leave. Because that's what our homes should be like. The place we never want to leave. We don't need to go on vacation. Of course you want to go explore the world. The world's amazing. And there's like, you know, especially, you know, all different parts of the continent, you know, from the north to the south. I mean, it's just incredible what this planet, this organism, you know, can do and has done and is continuing to do. But at the same time, you know, we are all here working together. What's that word? Symbiotic. You know, it's like we are here to, you know, love each other and take care of each other and be the custodians of the earth. So if you were drawn to this reading today, maybe you're not, like maybe you're not into fairies, or you're not, you know, or you don't have to be into fairies at all to be in this reading. This is just messages from the fairies. You know, this is from the fairy realm, the spirit realm, same thing. You know, I feel, to me, anything fantastical like fairies, angels, dragons, whatever, I believe they all come from the same realm. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they, you know, come from different planets of us, or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know. I don't need to know right now. I don't want to figure it all out. I used to want to figure it all out. And now the more I've slowed down and the more I'm going at my own pace, the more I love this place, you know, like the more I realize just how magnificent Earth is and how awesome it is to live in nature, or, you know, be privileged enough to live in nature. As a child, I wanted to run away from it and move to the city. I wanted to grow and expand, and I did, and it was great for me. I'm going to bring the light down right now. But at the same time, it was dulling, right? It stole my light. And I gave, 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 and I gave. And I just felt like it was never going to be enough for anybody, for my friends, for my family. And I'm like, I need to slow down. I can't keep up with this pace with them. You know, where are we going? What are we doing? What's happening? Blah, blah, blah. It's like always needed to be entertained. So each of these readings are messages from the fairies and spirit, you know, to get real about the energy of this moon cycle. We're in the Aquarius energy until February. I think, let me see. I was going to say, I want to say it's like February 18th, but let me check. Yeah, Pisces season, I think it's 18th or the 19th, you know, like one of those things where it's going into it, you know. And then there'll be a new moon in Pisces, a super moon on Monday, February 20th, which is a moon day. Ooh, awesome. It's also President's Day, so if you work for the government, you have that day off. In America anyway, I don't know anywhere else. But there's Valentine's Day in there, Galentine's Day, whatever you celebrate. There's just a lot of energy of Aquarius, and I want you to research it. We also have Imbolc. Actually, Imbolc, that's right, this week. So Imbolc begins at sundown on Waxing Gibbous Wednesday. I'll be doing a reading on that day. And then it goes until sundown on the 2nd, on Thursday, February. So, and then after that, we have the full moon in Leo, snow moon. Yeah, we've got some really cool things coming up. So during this energy, or right now, you know, heed the advice from the fairies, basically, is what I'm getting from Spirit, is heed the advice from the fairies. They really want to help you. And for some of you, you know, I can feel it. This was one of those readings that I kept trying to set up because I saw a certain vision of it, and it was almost like nobody was having it. I had them like all over the place, like the fairies, like really cute, because the card were kind of like sticking in the wood and stuff. It was awesome. I was like, oh, this is so fun. And I'm like grabbing all my crystals, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a crystal garden in front of them. And it was just like, no, I just got this like very like this kind of dark energy. And yeah, in fact, I'm just going to turn this one off too. It was almost as if like I kept trying to like, you know, ooh, look at that. I kept trying to bring the light back to the fairies, and the fairies were like, we don't have any more light. Our light is dim. But my beautiful fairies, right? We know how to fix that. We know how to fix that. We know how to turn the light on. We know how to bring that light back in. So whatever it is you need to hear from the fairies right now, just take it slow. Take it easy. Listen. I don't know if they're going to have me pull more than one card. Also, before I forget, thank you, Spirit, for the reminder. We are going to still be doing links. but Spirit's so funny, and two can play at that game, meaning like, yes, Spirit has control over certain things, but at the same time, there is the algorithm, which is the life of the AI, right? The artificial intelligence that was created, but there's also a living, breathing intelligence from other universe energy, right? Like other universal energies, et cetera, that are living inside the computers. And so there is a natural groove to it, which was really cool. When Spirit was telling me about it, I was like, oh, that's so interesting. So the reason why they're having me do links and why I went from doing timestamps, and then, you know, if you've been with me a long time, you know, I went through this, like, it's like out of nowhere, like my phone just, it didn't matter if it was Mercury retrograde. It didn't matter. I could have, like, I got a brand new like card on my phone. I can record 3 hours at a time. It would just stop when it wanted to during certain readings, and they would make me do like 2-parters or 3-parters. It was crazy. And I was feeling embarrassed, you know, because I was just like, here I am trying to start a channel, and I'm just like, I suck, you know. And Spirit's like, no, it was to teach me, number one, patience. Number two, that I don't have to fucking be like everybody else. Like, who cares? Like, if that's what they want, like a structured environment, they will find that from their reader. Anybody who follows me knows that I'm a fucking like medium muse. Like it's almost like I'm a puppet when I'm in this position. So I allow Spirit to work through me in all different ways. And so what I realize now, what's happening is they want me to do links per reading. Like this is like the grand opening of the reading. And then you go in the description box and it'll say reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you like click on the link. However, before I used to put them private, because I was like, well, you know, that way too, maybe people want more privacy, right? They want to feel that, you know, maybe a little bit of anonymity in there. I don't know. That's what I felt like the energy was feeling. Then I realized, no, because it's like, I am doing 5 different readings. Like I stop these, I set them up, I do different things. And so Spirit's like, why shouldn't you get, you know, points for that? And so the way that YouTube and the algorithms work is that it's how many times people are looking or clicking on the video. So if I'm doing one video and there's 5 readings in there, but it's only like 1 or an hour and a half or something like that, right? That's only going to be viewed by that one video. But if we spread them out, it's 6 videos. Because I was like, that's a pain in the ass. They're like, yeah, that's why you're not doing them all the time every day. I'm like, interesting. Because I was really sad. I got this download that I wasn't going to do picker readings anymore. And I was like, no, I fucking love picker readings. Like, they're so fun. Like, ever since I found them, I was like, well, what is this? I was like, I literally, seriously was like, Jack. I mean, if you know anything about Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skellington, he's like, what is this? He's like, Christmas Town? Woo! You know what I mean? Like all the fun, right? Like all the, oh, welcome children. Yeah, like all the cool shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm like all about these. So they were like, no, we're just going to do them differently. So this way it'll help get me in the algorithms and get me out there to those that need to find me. You should see me when I'm putting hashtags on there. If you ever go in there and see how many hashtags I put, some of them I've been doing so long, it's like there's like a rhythm that Spirit has and I could tell which direction they're going. But now they had me going into like motivational videos and, you know, positive videos and all that. And I was like, that's cool. But I was always staying more in like the Aries and air signs and like whatever. Witches and dragons and fairies and bringing everybody there. We still do that. But it's interesting how the channel is growing expeditiously. You know that word I'm talking about? And it's been super cool and fun. And it's almost like every day I'm just like, it feels like the lottery. You know, you wake up and you're like, oh yay, we have 3 more people. We are building in numbers. We are growing. And all that means is that more of you are coming to life. You're waking up. You are looking at the world through a whole new lens. You're seeing that it doesn't matter where you come from, how you were raised, what you believe in, who you love, who you fuck. It doesn't matter, right? We are just loving light beings having a human experience, and we are all allowed to do our own thing. The judgment and all that comes from ego, control. Man, I get it. So I think with that being said, we're just going to jump in. I just wanted to give you that so you weren't like, why is she posting like all the readings separate? The other thing too, thank you, Spirit. The other thing they kind of, the fairy energy swung back in to say, also I felt like they were literally like on a tree swing, like they went around and were like, oh, and don't forget blah, blah, blah. Don't forget to be magical, number one, and go put a tree swing on your, if you have a tree in your yard and it is strong enough to hold a swing, you go and build one. And I don't care if you have no children. It is for you. Swings are fun. I love it. Every time I go near a park, my husband knows. I'm like, dude, stop. He doesn't even ask. He goes and parks towards the swings because he knows I want to swing. I love swinging. There is nothing wrong with being childlike. That's what they want you to do. The fairies are begging for you to wake up your inner child. And that's why they want me to separate the readings too. I don't know if they're going to have me do emojis or words, or I don't know what they're going to have me do. But either way, I think they're meant to kind of break up to go into different people's orbit instead of just like one reading, right? Where you see a title and it's like, you know, which one's for you? It's kind of like the reading will have hashtags and it'll just fly into whose ever orbit. And then they'll be like, cool, you know? That is my job. I'm not here to be the exact same all the time. I'm a triple Sag and my moon's in Scorpio. I'm here to fuel your fire of passion and love, and I'm here to move you along and flow like a river, right? And protect you fiercely and love you fiercely and let you know that you are loved by me, by spirit, by the fairies, everybody. The universe loves you. And those of you who don't, they don't love themselves. And anyone who's hard on you or gives you a hard time, they don't love themselves. It's time for you to start loving yourself. And with that being said, I am dying to jump into these because I pulled these cards last week. I was doing a reading for myself and I pulled 10 cards. 10 card reading, and 5 of those cards were for you as well. So without further ado, you can look in the description box below, or you can go to my main page and you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other, and all of my information is in the About section. Blessed be. Oh,